Welcome to exercise 20, the Natural Phonics Primer, a universal safety net for literacy. This is Don Potter. I'm the author of the book. I'm happy to be here to teach this lesson. It's a short lesson, so this may be kind of a relief from the last two lessons, which were very long lessons, and I've suggested dividing them up and watching half and then the other half. But nevertheless, we're going to be doing some new sounds here. The first one is Q-U, qua, as in queen. And I want you to notice the U there doesn't make, it's basically silent, but qua. But whenever you have a Q, you will always, no exceptions, have a U after it. And the sound is actually K-W, qua. But they, for some reason, decided not to write KW, and you write QU. So it's a spelling deal that you need to learn. And the word, our key word, is queen. Now the TH, this is what's called a dental sound. Your tongues are going to touch your teeth. Sometimes I'll tell my kids this is the only time they can stick their tongue out at me when they make this sound. And there's two varieties of it. The first one is TH that's not voiced. You don't use your voice. And it's just th, as in the word three. The other TH is the voiced variety, where you use your voice. You turn on your voice box here, and you can hear the difference. So the unvoiced is th, and the voiced is th, and the key word here is this, and I underline it to show the difference. WH is a voiceless variety of the letter W. So it's almost the same as W, w, but it's not, you don't use your voice, so it's going to be w, w, w. And I will admit that in much of America, that w sound is becoming more and more voiced, but for spelling, it sure does help to unvoice it, not use your voice, so that you can hear what you're actually writing. So it's a huge advantage. Then we have SQU. So now here we have the QU, but we put an S in the front of it. So we have squa, as in the word squint, like when you squint your eyes in the sun. And the TH can also have an R after it, as in the word thrill. So let's take a look at these. We have QU, qua, as in the word quack. Remember, the CK always has a short vowel in front of it. So we have quack, like a duck. Then we have quick, be quick. We have quill, like a porcupine. Quilt is a heavy blanket to keep you warm at night. Quit, don't ever quit trying to be a better reader. And finally, quiz, we'll take a quiz. Remember, this is the spell to read approach, and so it's very helpful to be able to spell these words. If you think of any word that you can spell, you'll read faster than a word that you can't spell. So it's really important on these smaller words, especially, to be able to have someone dictate the word, and then you spell it. And again, the procedure, we've been over it. Quack, spell quack. Then you repeat the word quack. Then you say the letter names, Q-U-A-C-K, and then say the word again, quack. All right, TH, this is the voiceless variety. We don't use our voice here. So we have broth, like the soup, and you can see your tongue sticking out. Let me do it again, broth. Then we have cloth, like a dishcloth for drying dishes. Moth, a little moth that flies around. Smith, that could be a name here. It's Smith, like a blacksmith. Next we have thank you. And here we're putting it on the front of the word. Next we have thick, a thick milkshake. Thin, oh no, that could be a thin milkshake, couldn't it? A thin milkshake, or a thin man. Next we have thing, and boy, that can be anything, can it? Think, You think with your head. It's important to think, to be a good thinker. With, here it is again on the end of the word. And finally, thump. So you can hear a thump. Now we have th that is voiced. So now we have th, not th, but th, as in that. That is my truck. Them. I know them very well. Then you can go out and play. Do your homework first. This is the word this. Now we got the unvoiced W sound, the WH. And it's actually backwards. In the dictionary, they'll actually spell it HW like that. HW. Because the comes before the W. So it's a backward letter, isn't it? So we have whack, like you whack something. When are you going to do your homework? Mother said. Whiff. Got a whiff of some perfume. Whim. When you do something on a whim, you just go and do it. You don't even think about it. I think I'll go out and play today. That's just a whim. Whip. A whip for a spanking, but I'm thinking more like whipped cream. Whip the whipped cream. Whisk is to do something fast, and there's a little broom. It's called a whisk broom that you can whisk stuff with. And my wife taught me that they have a whisk that they use for eggs, and so you want to mix your egg up, you use a whisk for that. So that's something that I learned not very long ago. SQU, squa, as in the word squint, when you squint with your eyes. And THR, we have thrash. When I was a boy, we would thrash the wheat. We would take the wheat and thrash it so we could put it in a sack to feed our cattle. Thrift, that's somebody that doesn't waste money. They're very careful with their money. Thrill, like on a roller coaster, can be a thrill. And thresh, this, by the way, is the name of a particular bird. You might want to look it up. You might want to look it up in a dictionary or something. Okay, that is lesson 20. Good luck learning to read and to spell these words. We'll see you in lesson 21 coming up next.